Hi, my name is Rachel and I'm here from RemServe to take you through a very short webinar around novated leasing. So this webinar is called our Drive in 5 webinar, and we call it that because I'm going to cover this topic in under 5 minutes for you. So let's take a look at the presentation. One of the things that we often ask our customers out in field is, what are some of the different ways that you can get into a new car? What we have on screen here are 4 of the most common ways we often hear. The first one is people will often say that they can use their own money or savings to buy the car outright. The second option is, we'll just pop it on our mortgage, or we can draw down on the mortgage to finance the vehicle. The third option is that they'll go off and get some personal finance to pay for the car and do it their own way. Or the fourth option, which we like, of course, is getting a novated lease. So in the next slide, we actually take you through some of the comparisons of things that people may not consider when they're considering other options as opposed to a novated lease. The first option, using your own savings, the most common one we hear as well. People like to think that they're purchasing their car outright and then they don't have to worry about any of the costs associated with it again. As we all know though, as soon as you drive that car out of the dealership, you're losing quite a lot of money. There are some exceptions to this rule, of course, but for most people, it is a depreciating asset. What we like to say to people is your savings could be doing potentially a lot more for you than on a depreciating asset such as a car. So why wouldn't you be making your money work harder for you than that? The second option we hear, also very common, is I've got such a fantastic rate on my mortgage. I'll just pop it onto the mortgage, or I'll draw down on my mortgage and buy the car that way. Sounds great in principle. However, some of the things that people might not be considering is, how long are you actually going to be popping that car on the mortgage for? Whilst an interest rate of 3% over 2 years might be good, it's not so great if you're paying it off over 30 or more years. With a novated lease, you could potentially be getting a competitive interest rate and paying it off over a shorter amount of time. The final one we hear is, I'll go and get a personal loan. My bank is offering a very competitive interest rate at the moment, so I'll just go and get a car that way. However, what people don't consider when they're looking at doing a personal loan is that there's no option to actually save money through your running costs, which I'll talk you through how that works in a minute, and there isn't a tax benefit in doing a personal loan through your bank. How novated leasing works is that essentially you can be using your car and all of the running costs associated with that to be potentially reducing your taxable income, which means that you could be getting more money in your bank account every pay. How good is that? Your running costs and your finance are all covered by one regular payment as well, which just so happens to be in line with your pay, and we work it all out with your payroll team so you don't have to stress about it at all. Why RemServe? Well, we just happen to be Queensland's leading novated leasing provider. We've been looking after Queensland employees for over 20 years. We absolutely know what we're doing, and to prove it, we manage over 20,000 novated leases within Queensland employees. So if you'd like to know a little bit more, please just jump on our website at remserve.com.au or give us a call on 1300 30 39 40. Thank you.